we're back with another episode this week.
All right, you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another fake.
Welcome back, everyone, to the show that's on today.
Welcome back to another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. If I can get it out, Jesus, why do I have such issues with this intro?
Because you're not doing crossword puzzles.
You mean word search?
Like I have begun to start doing.
You just said last week you couldn't do one.
Yes, but I've been practicing all week and I feel smarter.
Did you finish the New York Times one?
I sure did. Well, not the real one. They do. There's an app, a New York Times app. It has Wordly. It has this game called Connections, and it has the mini crossword puzzle. And I've been doing the mini crossword puzzle and all those other games.
Oh, that's cool.
And I do feel better, like mentally. I feel like I'm not, because you know when you just like what happened, where you think you're getting the words down, you can't. That's been happening a lot. I think you just got to kind of floss out your brain sometimes.
Yeah, I do that with a couple of apps or a couple of games called like Cooking Mania.
What's that?
Chef Town. It's like where you're just maintaining a restaurant.
No, ma'am. You got that's not what I'm talking about.
I know.
I'm talking about using the front part of your brain.
Hey, you have to be skilled to get those orders in, because if you don't add the coleslaw onto the burger, you're not serving the restaurant. Is that the game that the
people on TikTok are playing and they're like, no, we have to, like they're trying to manage the restaurant.
Yeah,
I got it.
But I've been doing that for a while. Even like what was the one oh Lord, the one from Facebook back in the day.
Farmville,
Farmtown,
whatever it was, Farmville.
That was the best game
ever. That had people in a chokehold. That game. People were like, my farm. I got to tend to my farm,
because then your stuff could rot, and then you got to tend to the land. But also too, I was playing Farmville when I was in my first semester of grad school of PT school, and. Yeah, half the time I wouldn't even listen. I was just recording my professors, and I'm just like, all right, I'll listen to it later. I got to tend to my farm.
For the children out there who don't remember, Facebook used to be the premier social media.
Yeah, it was.
And it had games that you could play, and one of them was called Farmville, whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's Farmville. You don't have to put a whatever on there.
This is just so funny because I just remember like my mom and my aunts doing it, and us being like, why are you doing that?
It was amazing.
Because I was too young. I was old enough to know about Facebook and maybe have one, but I was too young to like be that into it. But it would be like you have a plot of land, and the more you tend to it and farm, the more you can harvest and sell and make like money. This whole little town community. Yeah. But you could also like buy stuff too, couldn't you? Mm-hmm. It was like a Minecraft. Before
you had about
chickens
and pigs and cows, and you could do all that kind of stuff.
And the girls loved farming.
Absolutely.
Facebook farming.
Chef Town is amazing too. Cooking Mania.
Yeah. Okay, well if you wanna start doing the brain games, let me know, because then we can play against each other. You're using a lot of portions of your brain to be able to, because you're the cook, you're the waiter, you have to do everything, and you're the cashier. That stuff is not easy. It's not easy. It's almost like a Subway Surfer. As you keep going, it starts getting faster and faster. And you got to dodge all the little subway trains. It's not as easy as you think. You're right. I shouldn't talk about things I don't understand.
It keeps your brain going. It keeps your eyeballs going. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, how was your week this past week?
My week was good. It was one of those weeks where I wasn't doing like, the most amazing therapy, but you just have this couple patients where you're like, you and me today, we're gonna make you feel a little better. Yeah, we're gonna make your life. I mean, the PTs I've been co-training with probably hate me because I'm like, oh no, this one we're going above and beyond. Buckle up.
I love that for them.
You're in it with me. I had this lady who was 400 pounds, and my biggest pet peeve with bariatric patients is how people in the hospital treat them.
Yeah, I agree.
Because a lot of people don't want to mess with them and move with, because they're just, it's more difficult because it's just a bigger person. They're usually not as strong. They can't move on their own. Yeah. So I'm always like, we can do it. Sure. We can figure it out. There's 3 of us in here. So I go to evaluate this woman. She's 400 pounds. Listen, when I explain it to you, you're going to be like, you shouldn't have done that. But.
Okay. Let me be the judge of that. Go ahead and explain. What did you do?
But I felt it in my heart.
Okay.
Well, I go in. I'm like, okay, where'd you come from? She's like, I came from rehab. How long have you been in rehab? Since January. Okay. When's the last time you were up out of the bed? October.
Yeah. You said whatever is coming next, you definitely set yourself up for failure.
So usually, just for everyone out there, in acute care,
is that person young? Like, is she like
she's like
younger than 40?
No. Here's the thing, okay? Hear me, everyone just listen. Here's the thing. In acute care, we're trying to help you with short-term disability for the most part. So like if you've had weakness for the last like I'll give you a solid year, but a lot of people are like 6 months. If you haven't been up walking in the last 6 months, like we can get you to whatever rehab, you can outpatient, but like there's not too much we can do here because we're here to wheel and deal. So usually when someone tells us that they haven't been up out of a bed in what is that since October is coming up on a year, long ass time. Usually we'd be like, all right, well, we'll get you back to where you need to be. Yeah. You are not a priority here, unfortunately. But there was something about this lady, and I was like, you know what? Because she came from a nursing home, and she was like, I probably could do it, but they don't let me do it. And I was like, well, we might as well try. There's 3 people in here, because me, the PT, and a student. We have to at least try to sit up.
Remember that happened the last time, and you and I ended up in employee health?
I'm like, we can do it. Everyone else, I love an underdog.
And the man had Charcot foot. So
that was bad. That was bad.
Horrible.
She was at least with it. She didn't think she was in Mexico.
Oh, or think that my student was a spy.
Yeah. So I had that working for me. But I haven't moved someone that big in a while. It was a little tough. But we did sit up on the side of the bed. And she felt great and I felt great.
That's all you should have did. You should have tried to stand
Oh, absolutely not. I wasn't going to go that far. Well, and you know what? And if I was younger and stupider, I might have. But in the middle of blocking her, because she's like, I feel like I'm falling. Which you weren't.
And she was sitting?
She was sitting. She felt like she was falling, slipping off the bed. Oh. And I was like, I have you. I'm blocking your knee. I'm blocking your knee. And then I was like, I just can't get a good block on her knee. Because I wasn't blocking her knee. It was all panis. And I was like, if any. And then it hit me and I was like, if we go down, we're really going down. I have nothing to grab onto. I have so much to grab onto that there's nothing to grab onto.
Okay, quick story as a new grad. I worked in Atlanta, at a hospital in Atlanta. And there was this woman that came in. She was legit 800 pounds. And so that was probably the largest patient I had ever worked with. And she was in her mid-30s, early to mid-30s. Anyway, and so it took myself, because I was still in orientation with one of, like a preceptor or whatever. And so it was myself, my preceptor, and then an OT, and then I think it was like a CODA. So it took 4 of us to treat her, right, on a regular basis. Only just because her legs were really the biggest part of her. Other than her penis. And so we sat up at the edge of the bed and stuff like that.
That's the whole body, man.
Exactly. Well, this one particular day, we get her to the edge of the bed. Well, she starts feeling like she's sliding.
Oh, see.
And we can't get her back, so we have to call up. Well, they have in this particular hospital code manpower, where when they call that code, every man in the hospital, every available man who's in the hospital will show up to the door.
Like Y chromosome man?
Just a regular ass man. It don't matter what department they're in, they will just show up.
They'll have EVS showing up.
EVS will show up. The maintenance, carpenters, electricians, everybody, any man that is available will show up to that room.
Wow.
Which I hated that code, and it was so embarrassing for her because she was just like, these aren't even medical professionals, and they're just coming in just to try to lift me.
That's wild.
So here I am. She feels like she's sliding, and I'm the closest to her trunk, and so I have to secure her leg. And I'm just holding on to this lady's leg as a new grad. And my legs are burning. My arms are burning. And you know how the nurses shove all this powder and shit and whatever. When I finished, I legit it looked like I want to say this very carefully. It looked like cottage cheese on my uniform. It was disgusting. But anyway, I felt really bad for her because she felt like she was falling. And I was like, what else am I going to do?
The hard part about working with patients over a certain size is that weight is weight and gravity is gravity, and once you start going,
you can't stop.
You're going, and you just have to be like, it's like in Spider-Man and movies and stuff where the car's going over the bridge and they're trying to pull. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I'm trying really hard, but I already know where we're going.
Yeah.
Damn. So yeah, and I know the PT was just looking at me like, bitch, she just told you she's a Hoyer transfer for the last year.
But no, but you know what? I do get it, because you know those people who are trapped in these nursing homes that don't move them just because they are a certain size. You as a therapist, you're like, no, I'm going to show them what we can do.
Even though they're going to put her right back there doing the same stuff. But I'm like, no, you can't. But
it temporarily gives them a feeling of success and like, I've overcome this. I can do it.
Yes. And she was already so sad. Her husband passed away.
Accomplishment. That's
and of course she was like, my husband was here in this hospital on ECMO. And I was like, girl, I already know he didn't make it out. I'm sorry.
At this hospital,
no. And I'm like, it's the least we could do is try to sit your ass up. So I had her, right? Okay, no, this was after. So this was later in the week. Earlier in the week, same physical therapist with his student. Mm-hmm. We go to see this woman who is, the other lady was 388. This one's 350 pounds. Mm-hmm. And different build because she is like a tall, just like solid black woman. Mm-hmm. But she's still almost 350 pounds. She's a big lady. Confused. We finally sit her up on the edge of the bed. I was with Darby. So, like, older white man. Me.
We love him.
Obsessed. And she just keeps screaming, you're my kidnappers. You've stolen me and taken me here. Jesus. I want to go home. And I was like, this is a bad look, Darby. Bad look for you. She grabs his student because she's just freaking out. Yeah. Right. And it's like, take me back. She grabs him by the scrub top, will not let go.
Oh, Death no. Grip.
And I was like,
I would have pinched her right up underneath her arm. And let me go.
Have y'all ever tried to shove 350 pounds back into a bed? Yeah. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done. No.
The legs alone get you.
It's always the legs.
It's always the legs. You will end up in employee health. And all they got for you is Tylenol. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So that was my week, just being a savior at the hospital.
Did you take off Juneteenth? Did you call in?
No, I was at work Juneteenth. Well, because I could have only taken half a day anyway. So
well, I mean, you're partially white. So.
But I didn't do very much work.
Oh, that's good.
I specifically did the bare minimum. Allegedly.
You always do work. Absolutely.
I do. I did what I was there to do.
You did your job description for the day.
Amen.
That's it.
But I was there on Juneteenth. But I was so happy that you were not at work.
Yes, I was not at work on Juneteenth. Thank the Lord. Hallelujah. It was a paid holiday for me. And I was very unproductive, as I was supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It was a day of rest for me. And yeah, I chilled the whole day. I really did.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what else happened on Juneteenth?
What?
The Kendrick Lamar pop-out concert.
Oh, you didn't even ask me about my week.
Oh, because I was so excited rude. To talk about They Not Like Us. How was your week?
My week was good up until my glasses broke at work.
What happened to that? Also, quick question. Can you see without your glasses?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
I don't wear my glasses in the house. I only wear them outside.
You could only not see outside?
No, I just can see. I know it sounds weird. I can see much better in my house.
She's like, as soon as I step out of the house, I go blind.
Well, because I know where everything is. So I don't have, even I watch TV without glasses. I'm on my computer without glasses. Like, I don't have to wear my glasses.
What is that like?
It's beautiful. I just wish it were like that all the time. Now, if I tried to drive, I've driven without glasses by mistake before. I can get where I need to go, and it's not blurry. I don't feel like, everything. If
I didn't have glasses or contacts, I couldn't even tell you that you were you sitting right here.
My prescription is really not that bad.
Damn.
Yeah, and it hasn't changed. I started wearing glasses in high school, later on in high school. Freshman year. It was high school. Anyway, and y'all, if I sound really stuffy, it's because I just cut my grass and my allergies are started to act crazy. Anyway, because I'm allergic to grass and I didn't wear a mask. Anywho, but yeah, my prescription hasn't moved that much since I've gotten glasses in high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I started wearing contacts in 5th grade.
Jesus. Well, the sister ahead of me, she started wearing glasses, I think, honestly, in 1st grade, 1st or 2nd grade. But it's my parents' fault. Here. It's my parents' fault because both of them wear glasses.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's hereditary.
Blindness?
Wearing glasses is hereditary.
I have heard that. My family.
Everybody wear glasses?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went to work, and these are glasses that I wear inside the house or for cutting grass and carpentry and stuff like that, just because
what are they, goggles?
No, the frame is just much thicker on the side, the handle is much thicker, but they're still really cute glasses. And so I guess I had dropped them a few times. I don't really know. I really don't know how they got broken. So I go to work, and then all of a sudden, you know how you do one of these or one of these, you try to readjust your glasses for those that are listening. And I almost sudden my lens fell out. I was like, what the fuck? So I took my glasses off, and there was a crack at the very top that the lens fell off. So then I had the frame. Yeah. So then I was like, I went to the at the job, in hospitals, most people don't have super glue. So I had to go to the carpentry area, and I was like, hey guys, y'all got some super glue? And they were like, we do. So I tried to super glue the glasses back together. That shit didn't work.
You have a carpentry area in your hospital?
Yeah, every hospital has one. You just don't know where it's at.
Like carpenters?
Yeah.
That are just cutting wood?
No, they're like a part of maintenance.
Like the maintenance people.
Yeah, but they're called carpenters though.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
just
thought you just had a fucking Santa's workshop at the bottom of your hospital.
Yeah, we do. They're carpenters. They're amazing.
It's just Jesus and Santa Claus down there. Very nice. Okay.
But they were the ones who had the super glue. So I tried to super glue the glasses back together. That didn't work. And then I ended up having to put tape on it, like I was like back in 5th grade or something, like a nerd.
You're like at the hospital when patients break their glasses and the fucking nurses will like tape them to their face,
or like just keep wrapping it around the handle. You're just like,
I'm like, we could have figured something better than this.
Exactly. So yeah, my glasses broke, but thankfully I was able to tape it up and
I thought someone snatched them off your face or something.
No, if somebody did that, I probably won't have a job no more, because you getting slapped back.
That's fair.
But I mean, I always have my shades, and my shades are prescription shades, so I have them in my car. So if push came to shove, I would have just put those on. Yeah. But other than that, speaking of put something on, Kendrick Lamar did what now, huh?
On Juneteenth, Kendrick Lamar had a pop-out concert in LA.
I love that.
And it was really cool to watch for a bunch of reasons. The first reason being that it was just not an empty seat in the house.
Yeah.
Also, I love watching Kendrick Lamar perform. Also, he brought up a bunch of people to perform with him.
Of all different walks of life.
Yeah, and
affiliations. There
was a bunch of prevalent, active members of the community in LA there.
I like how you put that.
From, that just
different walks of life.
Different walks of life, different colored shoes and shirts, affiliated with different groups of people.
For different causes in their community.
Exactly. Absolutely. All different calls to arms. But they were all on stage together. No violence, no animosity, nothing crazy broke out, to my knowledge.
No, not a single person was
shot. Which was a beautiful thing to see. It was truly just a community of people from the same area coming together to listen to music. And on Juneteenth to celebrate the freedom, where some were wearing red for the blood.
They really, and literally,
for the blood. So, but he closed the show out by playing Not Like Us, not once, not twice, but five times.
Yeah. Which, as we all know, is an amazing diss toward Drake.
It is, y'all. There's a lot of things I could talk about this concert, but the way that, so it was on Amazon Prime. And the way that they recorded it when he did the WAPs, did you see that? They're calling it Wappenheimer.
Yeah.
Because of all the cuts.
All I'm saying is the fact that this man played it and he was like, let's run that back.
He's like,
one more time.
He's like, this shit's good. This shit's really fucking good.
And the crowd kept the same level of intensity
the entire time.
It was hilarious.
I was like, probably by the third time, the entire time, you could barely hear him sometimes because they were so loud. Everyone saying every single word. The best part is when they, you see this video pan, it's fucking Northwest. Little baby Northwest. Without her mom or her dad. Just it fucking recording, singing along.
LeBron James was there. Yep. Russell Westbrook was on stage, forgetting where he was, trying to crip walk. I was like, sir,
you need to calm that down.
Yeah, calm it down. It's already peaceful. Let's just keep it there.
Oh my gosh. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
It really was.
I suspect we won't be hearing from Drake for a good long time.
We don't need to.
No, we don't need to.
He's had his run. We're good.
How do you come back? You can't come back from that.
No, you can't. Kendrick, I think, has shown... Here's the thing. The pop-up concert really was reminiscent of a time before social media, when you just heard about a concert and it was like, oh my God, you had to have been there.
Yeah, like giving 90s.
Exactly. Even though we were able to see it, but just to still hear about it, it was just like... It was amazing. I love Kendrick Lamar for that. I really do. And then Megan Thee Stallion, she was in LA for her concert, for her tour, and she kind of started, "They Not Like Us." Then I was like, get it, man, girl.
It's one of those things where, like, I guess because especially recently we're getting like, the Renaissance tour and the Eras tour and Harry Styles was on tour, and it's these long tours drawn out, multiple cities. You're seeing the same thing every time. It's this like... It's this beast of a tour. So for this to be like this one event in this time, you had to be there off the backs of this beef. Yeah. Like, it was just, you will never have this happen ever again. It was amazing.
I think also too, Kendrick Lamar really proved, even though he didn't have to, he really proved how much people in the community really fuck with him.
Yeah,
like
and how show up for him
exactly, and also too how true to the culture he is, because these people are out here, demanding and others would say commanding respect, right? And it's like for Drake to pretend and have this persona as if he is a part of this black culture, sir, Kendrick Lamar just showed you exactly what you're not a part of. so congratulations, sir.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
He better be careful. I feel like people they figure out that you can, make these sorts of things happen, move these large groups of people peacefully.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I mean, I think for Kendrick himself, like, I think that was a very powerful thing for him to be able to do, and to bring all of these, community leaders and organizations together,
figureheads.
And I think that there is a mutual respect, I think, amongst those particular organizations, that like we can all chill and come together for one common goal. Just don't try no fuck shit while we're here. That's it.
Right. And I think it's like those, Lil Wayne said it best, real G's move in silence like lasagna. You do never hear shit about Kendrick Lamar doing anything. No. And then the second someone called him out his name, he was like, all right, here we go.
He was like, I'm going to make everybody else in this industry uncomfortable to the point where they never try to come at me. Nobody will ever start another beef. Like, they will not start a beef with Kendrick Lamar.
No. No. He shut you right there. You can't.
You really can't. I'll tell you who else is having beef, but who's technically on a revenge tour, speaking about tour and concerts and whatnot.
Love revenge.
Sha'Carri Richardson. All I'm saying is Sha'Carri Richardson, I believe, is getting ready to go on a revenge tour. As you all know, this is a Sha'Carri Richardson Stan podcast. Amen. And as we know, back in 2020, she unfortunately was robbed of the opportunity to represent the United States at the Tokyo Olympics. Because of some THC and some fuck shit, even though a 16-year-old white girl was able to compete anyway, and she had a banned substance, which was steroids, allegedly. Anyway,
a performance enhancer.
Exactly. And so she just won the 100-meter Olympic trial to go to Paris, because the first 3 people, and they were all American women, Black American women. Anyway, she ran a 10.71, which is the fastest in the world thus far. And I am
fastest in the world.
I'm so incredibly happy for her, and I cannot wait to see the rematch between her and the Jamaican team. It's going to be amazing.
I am excited for the Olympics this year.
Yeah, I wonder if Shelly Ann Fraser-Price is going to run. I hope she does.
I don't know. I'm feeling really patriotic.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. They might be sending you to war, ma'am.
Not me.
Well, they could up the age.
They could up the ante. Yeah. I'm way more blind than you. So,
but you're closer to 26 than I am. So,
and don't forget it.
Trust me, I won't. You can have it.
I'm just feeling like, I don't know. I just want us to. I feel like I keep seeing these clips of these. I just forget the Olympics is for like either these really young people who have worked really hard and are finally getting these chances, or like these old people who have worked, or not old, these older athletes who have worked their whole lives and are like, no, I'm showing you that I can still do this shit that I've been good at it. And I'm just like, it's a feel good situation.
I feel like everybody that is going to the Olympics is a Cinderella story.
Yeah,
like every single athlete
think of how many people
story
in the world, and of how many of those get to do anything professional, and of how many of those get to go to the Olympics. Like,
and I mean, it's only once every 4 years,
and everything has to work. You have to be healthy. You have to make the team. You have to be ready. You
have to be perfect in everything that you do, because one little thing, you start out of the blocks wrong. You just do any little thing, and you false start. You automatically, there's no grace when in the Olympics. There's none. You got one chance to fuck up, and that's
one shot.
Actually, you don't even have one shot, because once you fuck up, you're done. But yeah, I'm very proud of.
She deserves it. I bet this is. I mean, that's what you need sometimes. It's just that fire under your ass.
You need equality.
Well, yeah,
because it was discrimination.
Well, I'm just saying. Listen,
I get what you're saying. I'm just being devil's advocate.
I know. Maybe she would have never run the fastest time in the world if she had never been discriminated against.
She definitely would have.
You never know.
I think she would have. She was already running fast as hell, so I think she.
We'll never know.
We will. She's gonna win gold, and I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for everybody Black.
Amen.
Even people from outside of the United States.
The Black countries.
Yeah, absolutely. During the Olympics, that's all I'm rooting for. It's just the Black athlete. I don't really care. I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are. I'm rooting for everybody Black. I'm rooting for the Jamaicans, for the Nigerians,
the bobsled
for the Haitians. Everybody Black. I don't care. I don't care what country you're from. I'm rooting for you.
What if they're a horrible person?
I'm still gonna root for you.
Oof. Hot take.
You root for HEB every time you shop there, and Walmart. And they could be horrible people. You don't know.
That's true.
You work for a horrible organization.
System.
That's what I'm saying. And horrible people who are in your leadership department. So
I didn't say that part.
Listen, I say it for you.
Thank you.
Because they can't whoop my ass. I like to see you try, motherfuckers.
Someone's got to input my time. I can't say
shit. Listen. Tell them to come see me. Anywho, speaking of other amazing women, specifically in sports. Angel Reese. We got to talk about it because y'all know it's summertime and the WNBA season is upon us. Summertime. Angel Reese just broke another record in the WNBA. She is now the first rookie to have 8 consecutive. It was 7, but now she has 8 consecutive double-doubles. She just played the Indiana Fever today, and she had 25 points and 16 rebounds.
I just love all these young black women breaking fucking records.
I do too. I love it.
Record scratch, record break. Maybe we could break a record.
What? Fastest canceled podcast? No, we're not gonna be canceled.
No. Good for her. I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you kidding?
I mean, I feel like this week the WNBA has a little bit. There's a small little glimpse back into what it used to be about, just true competitiveness. Because even today, when they were playing, Angel Reese and what's the other young lady's name? She has goldish brown, like blondish hair. Anyway, they were going back and forth. I can't remember her name, but she plays for the Fever. They were going back and forth and just, talking trash or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so the ref comes up to both of them, and both of them were like, "Chill, ref, we good. We're not going at each other. Like,
no one's talking to you."
And the one girl from the Fever, she was like, "Go do your job. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, we just talking trash to each other. It's a part of the damn game."
I love women.
I just love the competitiveness of these women, and I love the fact that they are not changing their game just because of all the outside noise. Because you have to keep it competitive. So I love that. But yeah, interesting.
They were up on the stage for
who?
Meg Thee Stallion's concert.
Phoenix Mercury. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did see that. They were like, "Hey, come to our game." I love it because she was just in Phoenix, right, for her tour.
Yeah, I want to see Meg Thee Stallion.
I would have loved to see her on tour.
I would have broken something.
I wish I could have gone to the Houston one because I knew she was going to bring out a bunch of people.
That would have been insane. Yeah. Also, have we talked about how good Paul Wall looks? Still,
he is definitely infiltrated in the black community.
He invited to the cookout.
I wouldn't say all that, but I mean, I love Paul Wall, but him and Big Pokey, I think R.I.P. Big Pokey. If you're not dead, I'm not trying to kill you, but I thought he died. Anywho, but
he still looks so good. It's because his wife's black.
Absolutely,
it's gotta be.
Remember that time Dirk, what's his name from the NBA? Nowitzki. Yeah, he came in. They come down a tunnel, and he had that plate with aluminum foil. They were like, you could tell his wife black. Yes, absolutely. What were you speaking of black? What were you telling me about Louisiana? The Louisiana governor.
Speaking of black people.
He's not black, but
Louisiana has passed a law that now every school classroom has to post the 10 Commandments up in it.
Like the 10 Commandments of the Bible?
The 10 Commandments of the Bible.
Wow, that's interesting.
Have I ever told you when I had one of my first panic attacks when I was little?
No.
So I didn't know it was a panic attack because I was like, I don't know, in 4th grade. Mm-hmm. Also, who has anxiety like that in fucking 4th grade?
Were you on meds then?
No, I was just freeballing it.
When were you diagnosed with ADHD?
When I was 18.
Oh.
Because then school got hard for real, and I was like, this ain't right. Something ain't right up here. It's just not working. But I went to private school, and so we had a religion class every day. Mm-hmm. And one of our tests was the 10 Commandments, and we had to memorize the 10 Commandments, mm-hmm. and then do all this shit with all these prayers. And I was getting so anxious because I couldn't remember them. I had like a panic attack.
Wow.
Now I know. Anyway, there's it is now mandated in Louisiana that the 10 Commandments be displayed in all public classrooms.
You know what's not in every classroom in Louisiana? Safety. Y'all don't even have an active plan to prevent mass shootings in your school, but this is the hill you're willing to die on and put the 10 Commandments. What happened to the separation of church and state?
I really thought that was a thing.
I thought that was a thing. Is that not in the Constitution? What is there an addendum that we can talk about with regard to separation of church and state? What are you doing for the children who are Muslim? What are you doing for the Buddhist children? Like, what are you doing for the Catholic children? I mean, why do you think everybody subscribes to the 10 Commandments? And you're a politician, so I damn sure know you don't follow none of them fucking commandments, bitch. The hell? Oh my God.
I'm just like, if we're posting the commandments, I want you to do the entire history of world religions, period. Of all of them. Let's know about all of them. So also, just fucking, I don't know, I feel like the schools in Louisiana have been notoriously and historically underfunded.
Absolutely.
And
set up to fail.
But this is the hill we're dying on.
So you can't read or write, but you can memorize the 10 Commandments. That's all we care about,
That's what it's sounding like to me.
Lord
it sounds a lot like my school, actually. Let me tell you, it doesn't work out.
I swear.
Look at me. I'm trying to do fucking crossword puzzles when I'm 30. Can't.
These people are like, no critical race theory, but you got to learn the Bible. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, what were you telling me about Walmart?
Nothing.
Yeah, you were.
Yes, I was.
Electronic something.
Oh! I was like...
I need you to remember the topics that you bring to the table.
Keep thinking it was like something politically about Walmart. I was like, Walmart is an evil organization.
Very true.
Allegedly. But
much like your job.
Yeah.
And mine too. Allegedly.
Walmart just announced that they were changing all of their price stickers. You know how there's price stickers on the big rollback signs. Do you remember when those commercials were huge? The fucking Walmart smiley face would bounce through the store and it would roll back the prices.
Yeah, it's 2024. They don't do that shit no more.
So Walmart is taking off all the price stickers that are printed on everything on the aisles. They're putting in electronic little signs now that will tell you the prices, but that means that they can change the prices as often as every 10 seconds.
As a person, I mean, are you against that?
Well, I don't know. I feel like what if they see white people walking down the aisle? Ooh, what if they see white people walking down the aisle and they raise the prices?
I love that.
And then they see people of color walking down the aisle and they lower the prices.
Absolutely. Walmart all day then.
Listen.
Now if you do the opposite, it's going to be a problem.
That's fucked up. We're gonna tell, yeah.
It's racist.
That's not going to work. But I don't know. It makes me iffy because I'm like, are they just going to be changing these prices all day?
Well, no, I mean, I think because have you ever worked in retail before?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so I've worked in retail before. I worked at a clothing store, and to change prices on things, you act, yeah.
They'd be like, stop talking and get to work.
Yeah, your line would be very short. But no, you would get sick of people after a while because people are stupid. They'll just come up, how much is this? Bitch, read the tag. Anyway, when I worked in retail, and there were times where we had to mark down prices of stuff, and to go back through that inventory to find those specific numbers to then mark down, because it's like certain things are not just, go and mark down the Honey Nut Cheerios or go and mark down, Tide or whatever. Like it's other articles of clothing or whatever the case may be. And if you can't find all of that stuff and then somebody comes up and it rings up different and you're just like, well, no, back there it says it's this about blah, 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 blah.
Oh.
So I feel like from a company standpoint, or an efficiency standpoint, that makes sense to be able to just make everything electronic. Yeah. So that way in the system, once it comes down from the head that, hey, we're going to change the price of Cheerios from $5 to $4, go ahead and input that in. And it makes it so much easier.
What store did you work at?
I worked at a store called the Via Factory Outlet, or Vanity Fair Outlet. They sold they were more notorious for like undergarments, like underwear, bras,
you
intimates,
sold panties, all that kind of stuff.
But no, it was regular clothes too. But they just had it was like almost like a Sam's Club look like kind of store, but they just had a bunch of clothes and stuff. And it was like Tommy Hilfiger was in there. Guess what else was in there? Bras and whatever. But it was regular clothes in there too. Yeah. And it was a place where everything was half off. And so people would come up and be like, how much is this shirt? Bitch, it's half off. Don't you read the signs? Damn.
Sorry. I'm just sorry.
Okay. Get it out.
I just am thinking about these commandments in Louisiana.
Okay. What about the commandments?
So they're just posting them up and then that's it? Like,
why not just go full-fledged and put a picture of Jesus in there?
Well, I'm like, I don't know. Are you going to teach? Are you just going to post them and be like, yep, these are the commit? Like, what if no one, you know what I mean?
If I was a parent, I would protest that. Even if I am a Christian, I would absolutely protest it.
I'm just so confused. Like, I am a Christian person. And I believe in God and Jesus. And I would like to say I follow the commandments. On this podcast, I was gonna say, I'm saying here that I follow those 10 commandments. But I'm just, so there's just no fault,
I just want to know what's the purpose of it. So you put commandments up for children to do what? Do they have to recite it?
I don't know. It's like putting up "Don't mess with Texas" posters, and then
exactly.
What does that mean? What does it do if you don't have any of the follow through? Are they putting it into the curriculum? Are you going to talk about it?
Maybe they go to detention if they don't do it.
Can you talk about? Maybe. I'm so confused what this is going to do.
I think Louisiana is also confused because you're wasting money printing out the 10 commandments versus paying for security in your school so you don't have mass shootings.
It says that the poster will have a large, easily readable font, I'm going to look up the reading scores of Louisiana.
Please do.
And then it'll display 3 paragraphs that explain the prominence of the 10 Commandments in American history. So are you guys going to like start like Christian groups in the school so that kids who are interested can go to, like, is this an outreach? I don't know.
Everybody in the school is not Christian. Like, this is the dumb shit we talk about. Like, they just made a ruling about a black there was a black fund, or a fund that was supporting black entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, and they ruled that it was discriminatory to only give funding to black women, right? Mm-hmm. So if you say that black women cannot have a space where they are funded, but then you go and do some shit like this of saying, oh, everybody's going to have no choice but to follow these Christian beliefs that are in the King James version or whatever of the Bible and whatnot, versus, and other children are Catholic, they may be Buddhist, they may be Muslim, they may be any other Hindu, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they could be any other religion, and for you to just force feed your religion down somebody's throat when you wouldn't want that shit done to you. I don't understand the backwardness of people's brains.
This article from last year says that Louisiana's illiteracy rate is worse than the rest of the nation, and more than half of Americans between ages of 16 and 74 cannot read above the 6th grade level.
Jesus.
So Louisiana has to be worse than that.
So they can't even read the 10 Commandments.
That's what I'm just like, I understand that there's a lot of people in this country who believe that the country has gone to shit, and that if we could get back to these, quote, traditional Christian values, which I think there are a lot of good things in traditional Christian values, but I think a lot of people take it into crazy places. These kids can't fucking read, and they deserve a good education. So if we could fund this money into that, take your money from your posters and develop after-school programs, or pay your teachers so they want to fucking be there, buy some new books.
Some of these kids aren't even eating 3 meals a day. Pour money into that, into the actual system of feeding these children. Instead of printing, you wasting paper, ink, and trees. Bitch.
At least a fourth of the population in 5 of every 6 parishes in Louisiana suffers from below basic literacy.
That's horrible.
21% of adults don't have a high school degree.
That 21?
That's why I'm sorry I got stuck on it, but I was just like,
I'm glad you came back to it.
Can these kids even, like, I don't understand.
And it's not because they don't have the capacity to read. Let's put that out there. It's not that these children do not have the capacity to read, because they do. Mm-hmm. The problem is they don't have the resources.
Yeah. You're in this systemic, and especially this like socioeconomic system that's keeping everyone here. And this Band-Aid of like, we're going to put God back in the schools. Help these fucking kids. Yeah, help these parents. Have
a real solution.
Oh my God. Sorry. Oh, anyway. Okay.
Well, speaking of schools, what were you telling about FAFSA?
Okay. Another thing. Speaking of the and you know what? And then some kids can read, and they can read really well, so well that they want to go to college. They can't afford college because this country's so damn expensive. So you apply for federal student aid. But you know what you might not get this year? Federal student aid. You want to know why?
Because you can't fill out the damn application.
Because you can't fill out the application. And then when you do, all the money's gone. I read this article. I'm going to pull up all the issues so I can tell you everything that's wrong with it. Why? Okay. The article says why students are freaking out about FAFSA this year. Which, like, I'm sorry. I cannot imagine being 18 years old and being like, oh shit, do I really not get to go to college? Like, everyone has student loans.
Yeah, they do.
Everyone for the past 30 years has been able to go to college by taking out massive amounts of debt. It's become the norm. And so for you, I don't know, for randomly the government to be like, oh shit, sorry, don't get your money. I'd be pissed. There's no backup plan. Everyone's plan is to go to college.
Listen, I remember as a college student in both undergrad and graduate school of waiting, like you saw the anticipated date of when like your refund check would post. And you'd be like, I'm on peanut butter and jelly, bitch, until I get that refund check.
You have that like week in between. Yep.
And then as soon as you got that check, you like, to Walmart I go. And when Chipotle came out, it was a thing. You're like, oh, I'm going to Chipotle. Yep. I'm going to Moe's. I'd be like,
we're hitting the bars, bitch. We're hitting the bars.
I'm rich.
Okay. So the issues are that there was a new form released out for FAFSA this year.
That form is already too long.
If you don't know because your parents are rich or because you knew that this was a jacked system and you didn't decide to go to college.
Yeah.
You fill out this FAFSA form with all of your parents' information. If you're still being, if you're still on there or being, what is it when I'm being claimed. If they're still claiming you on their taxes, you fill out all their information, and it determines how much money you are eligible to receive from the government, or how much you can borrow from the government. So there was a new form, but it came out late, behind schedule. So a lot of colleges, and there's only like a certain amount of money, I think, in this bucket. And it's usually like kind of first come, first serve. It kind of just depends, but you don't know how much money you have if you don't know how much money people need. So all this shit's behind. So then,
most of it is for the Pell Grants first.
Yes.
And then so the quicker you get your FAFSA in, then you can get more Pell Grant money that you don't have to pay back. You're still going to get enough to a degree, allegedly, for student loans, but it's the grants that people are going after when it comes to FAFSA.
Correct. There was a mistake.
Notice I said FAFSA because I never say FAFSA. Who cares about that?
The FAFSA.
Yeah.
The form had a mistake in it that would have cost most students collectively $1.8 billion in federal student aid.
That was purposeful. Allegedly.
The education department said it would fix the issue in January, but that fix compounded the delays, which made sending all the information to the schools delayed as well.
That was purposeful, allegedly.
And then there was another technical issue with the form, allegedly, that made it impossible, I think, or near impossible for students of non-citizens to fill out that form.
That form is already like a whole physics paper. It's ridiculous.
It is, especially if you are 18, because if at that age you really don't have to fill out a lot of official paperwork like that. Yeah, I remember it being really hard.
Ours was not online. We had to fill it out on paper. Yes, I had to fill out my FAFSA on paper. Exactly. Brother. But yeah, and I remember my mom asking me questions like, "What am I supposed to do?" I don't know. Yeah. I ain't never filled this out before. Every single year we had to fill out that stupid shit, and I hated it. I'm like, why do y'all torture kids like that? The only thing that FAFSA form should have is your name, your social security number. Bitch, do you need money? Yes or no? Like, you remember back in the day, do you want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no? FAFSA, y'all need to get y'all shit together. Do you need money? Yes. Check yes for this or check no. That's it.
I'm like, I only knew that I could afford school after I got that FAFSA back. I was like, I sure hope they give me enough money.
If you are filling out a FAFSA form, you can't afford school, baby. That's what it's for. You need federal assistance.
And a lot of these schools depend on that money coming in.
They sure do.
So if you have all these kids who are waiting until the last minute and then, oh no, guess I can't go to school, I'm going to defer, all that money's getting dropped from those schools.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, there's already money that's set aside that the government supposedly, allegedly can't touch because they put it away for that purpose. So you're just basically keeping this money compounded in this one federal account that you can't get out, which I don't think ain't shit in there anyway, because y'all would have used it for war and guns.
This is probably an issue of staffing. So if you just canceled all of my student loans and put those people over on the FAFSA side to get the new loans kicked out, I'm sure you'd have this figured out.
I personally feel like no degree, not a single degree, should cost more than $30,000.
I agree. There should be a cap.
There should be a cap. You can only cap at $30,000 and any education that you need beyond that is free. Yep. Nobody should be walking around
and
here with
if you are in a public service, you should not have to pay any of that shit back, or it should be an extreme discount.
I don't think you should have to pay for it in any sector.
In other countries, you do not have to pay for higher education.
Ugh. You want productive citizens of society, but you already don't want to pay us. You want us to be in debt. The system is so fucked up. But anyway, I'm not paying this shit back. Fuck it. Allegedly.
I'll bleep that.
Because it's just so fucked up. It's like the system is designed for you to fail. And you're telling 18-year-olds, hey, I'm going to give you $10,000. Be responsible now.
You can't rent a car.
No.
You can barely vote. But we want you to figure out how to, we didn't teach you financial literacy. We
don't even teach you how to fill out the FAFSA form.
You can barely read, but we posted up the 10 Commandments. So you better pray to your God that you save that money, you get your degree, and you make it all back.
You better write your 10 Commandments on that FAFSA form and see how far you get.
I should write my 10 Commandments on my student loan payment form.
Listen, Jesus paid it all.
Anyway,
talk to him about it.
If y'all are wanting me to pay these loans back, then y'all need to figure out how to get these kids their money too. I'm not paying you until it's all figured out.
They're going to be like, we figured it out in the morning. Like, damn it.
And even then.
God damn it.
But yeah, I can't imagine. I'd freak out. You know what I would do? Go into tech or something. Something where I didn't need a degree.
Tech just seems so boring.
It really does, but people are making great money.
I used to tell I could not sit at a computer all day, and that's literally what I do. I go and see patients for a little bit, and then for a lot of it, because that's most of my day. And then I come back and I just sit at a computer charting all day. It's so annoying.
When I tell y'all that as much as I complain about our job,
every episode,
every single episode,
we both do,
and it is tough. Being out on the floor, having to be excited for these patients, having to put up with these different personalities, lifting these people, being on your feet, literally cleaning up shit and piss and all this shit. When I get back to my desk and I sit down, I'm like, oh, for the love of God, I can't type. I cannot write this shit. I can't sit here and type it. It's like the bane of my existence to sit down and type a note. I hate doing it.
There are times where I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I gotta go take a walk.
I don't know how the fuck y'all sit at a desk all day, because I'm at a desk for a couple hours straight and I'm like, I gotta go do something.
I'll get up and take like my little, allotted 15-minute break, go out and get some vitamin D. I just can't.
We've been taking walks during lunch because I'm like, let's dance.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
It's just annoying.
I'll walk. There's a couple different places you can document in our office, and I'll walk to the other room to go ask the PT I co-treated with, like, hey, what time are we in there? What are you going to discharge? And they'll be like, why did you just call or text? I'm like, because I need to move.
Yeah, seriously.
I've got to get up and walk.
I'll go and visit people, be like, hey, what are you doing? All right, I'm going to go back and get some real
maybe
work.
there's some more snacks in the office.
Exactly.
I'll come back.
It's horrible. Well, speaking of work, there's this discourse that I've seen on social media this past week on TikTok with this young lady. Her mom is recording her. I don't know if it's a skit or not. Who cares? Y'all don't come for the facts. Anyway, the video is this young lady. She looks to be about 18 or 19. I think she's graduated from high school, allegedly. I don't know. Anyway, and so please excuse my sniffling, y'all. It's my allergies because I, again, cut my grass. Anywho, so this young lady, she works night shift. And so her mom basically won't let her sleep. And it's just like, you came in here and you've been asleep from 7 to 3. And it's time to get up. You don't have to sleep the whole day away, even though you work night shift. And I'm just like, ma'am, have you ever worked a night shift? That's a question for you. Have you ever worked a night shift before?
Hell no.
I worked 3 night shifts in my entire life. And each one, I possibly almost got fired.
No.
I was a tech at Health South. Very short time. I'm talking about like
here
a month
in town.
No, God, why would I be a tech when I'm a PT?
That's why I was like, what?
No, this is when I was before I even went to PT school, and I was. I think was it an undergrad? Yeah, I was an undergrad, and so I had gone to class all day.
Oh no!
And then I worked at the regular hospital from 3 to 11, and then I went over to Health South from 11 to 7.
Why would you do that?
Bitch, I fell asleep the first night. Well, the first night I was with some, precept or whatever. So she was like, let me just show you everything. Da, 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 da. Let me tell you, I spent so much money in that damn snack machine. It was ridiculous. And then the second night that I had to do it, because they were like, all right, you good. That's all your training you're going to get is just a shift. And I was like, I don't even know where the bathroom's at, lady. What the hell? Girl, I went in that one room and I fell straight asleep. I was supposed to be getting like 2 a.m. vitals. They ain't getting none of that shit. I was like, bitch, I can't do this no more. And then one time,
and that's why every patient fucking complains about night shift.
But the thing is, I don't think people really realize how difficult it is to work night shift.
Oh, your body's probably like, fuck you.
And the thing is, there are so many industries that do not close. I mean, aside from the medical industry, like hospitals don't close, obviously, but there are a lot of other industries that do not close at nighttime. And so,
speaking of, my doorbell rang at like 3:00 in the morning the other day.
Really?
Freaked me out. Look on the camera. Fucking Amazon Prime.
Amazon does start early in the morning.
Why?
They do. First of all, don't ring my doorbell. Just leave the package.
I'm just like, maybe they did. Oh, because my thing alarms when.
Oh, yeah. Your motion sensor.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was. But I was like, sir, madam, whoever you are.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah, I think people don't really understand. Like, people can, we're like, oh, why do people who work at night sleep so much? You have to understand, the whole world is very noisy from 6 a.m. until like 8 p.m. And those people are trying to sleep. And I'm going to tell you this. Every time that I've ever not worked, whether it be on PTO or I'm out sick, as soon as I lay my head down, it could be 10 o'clock in the morning. All I hear is fucking bitch-ass lawnmowers. Everybody always wants to cut their grass as soon as I lay my head down. Why? Why are you doing that?
It's just how it is.
And so I can imagine, again, everything is bright and just sunny.
The world opens.
Yes. And then you got people going back and forth. They like, well, I can blast my music at 11 o'clock in the morning. No, this person is asleep because they work overnight. And it's like, You're going to sleep much longer because you work night shift.
I've never understood. I mean, I do understand the appeal. A lot of nurses like night shift because there is less extra shit.
Yeah, there's less movement.
There's less, all the doctors aren't there. All the family's not there. You don't have all this shit going on. It's quieter. Is not exactly. There. It's nicer. But I'm like, your whole body has to get used to that. You work your shifts and then you have to flip yourself back over. And then you have to flip yourself. It's hard.
I would like to know the correlation between heart disease and people who work night shifts.
I read a book on it.
Really?
Well, not heart disease, but dementia. And if
they're at a higher risk for dementia?
Your brain ages faster.
I believe that. Because you're forcing it to stay awake.
Because all your hormones and stuff are off.
Man, y'all better treat people on night shift correct, because I'm telling you.
But they did a study where one group of nurses ate a cup of berries a day and one didn't, and the group of nurses who ate the berries had younger looking brains. But yeah, night shift is horrible for you.
It is. It's horrible. Horrible for your diet, for everything. Jesus, your posture, everything. Oh, Lord. What were you telling me about, speaking of something else that's awful, what were you telling me about Stonehenge?
Okay. Do you know Stonehenge?
No. What is Stonehenge?
Stonehenge is a group of rocks that I wish I could tell you all the history of, but I'm one of those people who just knows the very basic information about a million things, and breadth, not depth, if you will.
Okay.
Some would say it's a prehistoric megalithic structure in England. It's just the rocks. It's the Stonehenge rocks. You know what they look like.
That the aliens put up.
Because no one knows how they got there.
Yeah.
13 feet high, 7 feet wide. They're huge. They were vandalized by a climate change group.
Climate change people are worse than paparazzi.
What would it feel like to be so passionate about something?
Because they do the most traumatic things to the earth to make a point about saving it.
Yes.
So what did they use to vandalize these things?
Well, allegedly it's a washable powder, but it looked like bright orange spray paint. I cannot confirm nor deny that it was spray paint. But
so you use the potentially toxic
chemical
to save the earth.
Yes. They're calling for fossil fuels to be null and void by 2030.
Okay, so what are fossil fuels? Please tell our audience what fossil fuels are.
Crude oil. Yeah.
Crude oil.
Yeah.
And oil is, as we know,
necessary.
Creates gasoline. You use that in order to make gasoline, correct?
Yeah.
So my question for these climate people, because here's the thing, I believe in climate change and I believe that we are damaging our earth, right? I do believe in that. What alternatives have you people brought to the table for us to use to stop this supposed fossil fuel industry?
Coal, oil, natural gas.
Right, because we need all of those in order for everything to function, right?
We can't get rid of all of it.
You can't. There's no way you can. It's a natural resource for a reason.
That's, you know what? Beautifully said.
Just saying.
Did you take 8th grade science?
I did. Science is my favorite subject.
It's a good one.
I'm just like, what? Okay, so you're gonna sit here and say no more fossil fuels, and then be pissed when your fucking dryer don't work, stupid bitch.
Yeah.
You probably drove a car out there.
Did you take a plane? How the fuck did you get there?
I hate people so much sometimes because the stupid stuff that they do does not make sense. How about you go and protest in front of the fossil fuel office? I mean, I've seen some of these climate changer people strap themselves to a tree. What is wrong with your brain?
There are so many things being ruined by just natural processes in this world, and there's some things that are just so beautiful and interesting and like integral to human history.
Integral?
Yeah, what did I say?
Integral.
What did you say?
Integral.
Just not hearing the difference. Go again.
It's like vegetable. It's a difference. I'm kidding. Go ahead. Sorry. Just kidding.
She's thrown me off of what I'm trying to say.
Sorry, I couldn't let that go. Sorry about that.
And this is why.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop ruining the fucking wonders of the world. Why do people always feel like they have to vandalize these beautiful things to make this point? Get a fucking podcast like everybody else. Seriously. Go on TikTok. I don't know. Fly one of those airplanes with the banners.
Or go directly to the office and protest
Storm the Capitol. I don't fucking know. Exactly. God.
Stop strapping yourself to trees.
I haven't gotten to see Stonehenge yet. I swear to God, if it's ruined when I get there, I'm going to be pissed.
There's better ways to get your point across than doing shit like that. What the hell did these rocks do to you?
That's like the people who throw the PETA, when PETA throws the fake blood on people.
I wish the fuck somebody would throw some, bitch, that'll be the last time you throw something, because your fucking arm's gonna be missing at that point.
She said what she said.
That's just so stupid. Like, even when they attack Kim Kardashian, I am not a Kim Kardashian stan, but the fact that you throw something at somebody, like, people can come up to you and throw acid in your face and ruin your entire life and kill you, and you over here doing something because I decide to wear a chinchilla rug. Bitch, do you know any chinchillas personally? The fuck is wrong with you? You got people. The government is trying to kill us. We are not even eating real food, and you worried about chinchillas, bitch? I hate people. I hate people.
Oh,
you gonna come to me and ask me, is this real leather? Bitch, you eat meat. What's the difference? It's called the food chain, bitch. Oh my God. I hate these climate people. They get on my goddamn nerves. Listen, people, I agree. We need to do better about climate change. I absolutely do. However, vandalizing other people's shit is not the way to do it.
No, because now everyone just hates
climate change people.
Climate change people. We're like, oh, those wild climate change people. Look what you've done.
You're just stupid. You're fucking stupid. I'll tell you who else is. Well, I won't say that. Speaking of what else is stupid, cancer. Weren't you telling me about cancer's on the rise?
Dumb. I was saying that. Also, I've had an influx of young patients with cancer the last couple weeks.
You think it's from vapes?
It's freaking me out.
Allegedly.
It's not lung cancer.
Oh, it's not. What kind of cancer is it?
Testicular, uterine, weird shit, dude.
Is it like culturally, like racially? Or it's just racially ambiguous? It's just all...
It's racially ambiguous, but they're all under 35.
Really? With like reproductive cancers?
Yes. And now that I didn't even put that together, I was just like, they've got all kinds of... But it's reproductive cancers. What is that? Birth control, maybe? But guys don't take birth control.
But I thought birth control was supposed to help prevent certain cancers.
I don't know.
It just gives you blood clots, allegedly.
It'll give you a stroke, but it'll work.
Save those babies. It's the food we're eating. You can't convince me otherwise. It's the GMOs, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's the fake shit. You got rubber watermelon and avocados that don't melt and shit. It's horrible.
I know, but I've just been seeing... You know how you get... In the hospital, a lot of times you get waves of different diagnoses. So you like have a wave of Guillain-Barré and then a wave of whatever. And it's been like young people with cancer.
Really?
Yeah, I had a 32-year-old who had his testicles removed. I had a 30-year-old who just had a total hysterectomy.
Jesus.
We had another one that went on hospice. She had ovarian cancer. 28.
Wow.
Went home on hospice.
We don't have any young people at my hospital.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of men. So
when they do come in, they're like, yeah, they do have cancer. That's unfortunate.
They're like, yeah,
they do have cancer. But that's crazy.
I know.
Oh my God.
So now I'm like, what's
happening with the?
This is why we need AI in the toilets. I'm telling you.
Yes, to get poop samples.
I want a stool sample every day.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
All that to say, researchers are saying that the rate of cancer in Gen Xers is like gonna blow the rate of cancer in baby boomers out of the water.
And people wonder why this whole conversation or dialogue about Gen Z looking older than Gen X and millennials is because y'all are poisoning Gen Z.
Somebody's poisoning the water.
I'm just saying, like, the foods that... Okay, my grandmother's 100 years old, right? Literally, she turned 100 in March. And from her being born in 1924... The food that she ate, there was no such thing as GMO. Her chicken breasts were the regular size chicken breasts. Chicken wings were the regular size. Chicken nuggets were not a thing. McDonald's was not a thing at that time, I don't believe. And so her body has been able to know what real food looks, feels, and tastes like, right? Whereas Gen Zers, like even my nephew, like... I'm not saying that people use GMO. Allegedly, they do. Allegedly. Anyway, all I'm saying is the food that we're eating is not real. And because it's not real, our body doesn't recognize it. You know, like even like just chemically, corn. Our body cannot, the genetic or the chemistry, equation for corn or like for that type of starch, our body physically cannot break it down, which is why when you eat a kernel, it comes out whole.
Okay, I heard that. Because, everyone's always said your body doesn't digest corn. I heard that your body does digest it, but it also, the way it recognizes it is it tries to put it back together.
I've heard that too. I think that's alleged.
Is that real?
No.
I don't do the research. I just hear the things and then I let
your body
it go.
Can't break it down. Our body can't break it down.
Break it down.
It's just like even those forever chemicals. Certain companies that have those forever chemicals.
My favorite butter, Kerrygold butter, just got in trouble. Forever chemicals in the wrapper.
Tropicana, the same thing, or is it Minute Maid? It's one of those orange juices. They don't just stay away from orange juice.
Damn. This is what I do believe to be true. I think that it is too profitable to keep us sick. And that is why they will continue to allow these chemicals in our food.
It's too profitable to keep us sick?
Yes, because we will keep paying to be better. We will pay for chemo. We will pay for radiation. We will pay for all these medications.
Yes.
We will pay for these things that we think will keep us healthy. We'll pay, there's so much money in medicine, in big pharma.
Well, yeah, which is why you have issues with polypharmacy. Keep us sick. I mean, even for example, there's this lawsuit right now that's out against Ozempic because people are saying that they were not warned about the symptom or the potential side effect of gastroparesis, which is basically slowing down of non-movement of your digestive system. Pretty much, people are getting gallstones. People are getting just having a lot of gut issues with Ozempic.
I completely understand. Not being, or I guess having these side effects that, do these awful things to your life and your health. But at what point is their personal responsibility? Because I feel like, A, in these commercials, it runs down the entire list of crazy shit that could happen. Mm-hmm. B, the entire point of that medicine is to slow down your metabolism almost to a halt. Mm-hmm. So at what point did you not think that would potentially cause some issues with your GI tract?
Well, I think for the most part, most people are not reading the a million little small words in a pamphlet. Okay, they're just not. And I think they do that shit on purpose. But also, too, I think it is, you have all of these pop-up centers of these physicians offering GLP-1 medications and whatnot. Mm-hmm. We'll do a 4-week trial. They got that shit on Groupon. Let me tell you why, because I almost bought one. Ew, I didn't do it because I was like, no, I don't trust it, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if you are board certified. If you're just doing just straight telehealth, to me, that's just not enough. But I just feel like they're doing that stuff on purpose, and maybe some clinicians are leaving out the specifics of that. Because, like, it's very different with, like, let's say, for example, chemo drugs, right? We just talked about cancer. Chemo drugs, they want to express to you how detrimental this medication can be. All of the things, whether it's a rash or whatever, because it's it can be so detrimental to your system. But then with something like Ozempic, they're like, oh, it's going to make you lose weight. They go over there real quick.
Anything that sounds too good to be true, it is. There is no one quick fix. There is no cure all. I believe any medication you take will at least cause one annoying ass fucking side effect personally to you.
But going back to your point, it's the money, because if you focus on the quick, fast result of weight loss, then you have an influx of all these people coming in. Also, too, if you do not tell them what the side effects and the symptoms are, or you don't acknowledge them to a degree, then of course you're going to enter into polypharmacy, where now they got to go take another medication for the gastroparesis.
Exactly.
And the gastroparesis medication is going to cause something else, and then you got to take another medication for that. And so it just keeps your body in this cycle of all these goddamn drugs.
And your body gets hooked on the meds, and you can't get yourself off.
No.
And
Big Pharma sitting back collecting a check.
My Nana was just talking to me. She has chronic pain because she is 80 but believes she is 65. Which also I think about all the time, because people are living longer now, having more active lives, doing things later into their lives because they're staying healthier. You don't work in a field or farm for 45 years and then, so I'm like, damn, we'll probably be that way too. I'll get a hip replacement at 70 and be like, I feel like I should still be swimming.
The blood of Jesus against you. I ain't speaking none of that shit. My hip's gonna be fine.
But she was like, oh yeah, my doctor referred me to this pain clinic, and she wants to do these injections that rebuild your bone. And she said, one costs this much and it helps to rebuild your bone, but if you start taking it at one point, your body will start to break down the bone. And I'm like, that sounds like not a good idea.
She's like,
I was like, so what are your other options? She's like, well, there's another one that's probably 20 times the cost. And she's like, but once you start taking that, your body's, or the other one is just kind of helping to supplement. The other one's actually your body starting to rebuild the bone. And I was like, you're going to do you.
You have all the information,
and it sounds like you have the money to do it, and if you do, but I'm like, don't do the one that your body's gonna fucking reject. But I think, again, there's all this money and people trying to just feel good and live longer and be able to just not even feel necessarily great, but just, I don't know, not live in pain all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
God.
It's amazing.
Everyone needs to stretch and meditate. I really think that could heal us.
I saw somebody on social media that said, it's amazing how people did not trust the COVID vaccine, which we had every right not to, because I didn't trust it at first either. Anywho, but then they will trust, get skinny fast medication. But
I don't trust Ozempic for shit.
Hell no. But the thing is, Ozempic has been out for a very long time. They just started advertising it to other people other than in the entertainment industry, because it was very hush hush in the entertainment industry first, and then they started bringing out like, hey, we're gonna say
insurance will cover this for the
exactly
people. Yeah,
exactly. But I just feel like people are taking it. People can take whatever medications they want to for whatever reason, and if you want to lose weight and take Ozempic, do that shit, because I ain't got no diabetes, but I sure was gonna take it, but I don't trust it.
Listen, I was this close, but the only reason is every single person I've talked to that has taken it, and they're like, oh man, it's great, I've lost so much weight,
but the gut issues,
I feel my stomach hurts though a lot. You'll be nauseous and have diarrhea for an entire from someone who just had a quite literal parasite inside of them. I refuse to feel that way.
No.
So I won't do it. But if there are a lot of people who needed it, their diabetes was unmanageable. Yeah. Their PCOS was insane. They were living, that the super heavy weight that was unhealthy for them. So that works. I need to get my ass in the gym and stop fucking eating.
That's literally what I need to do.
I don't need.
I need to stop going to Costco when I'm hungry.
Ooh, because
that's when I make.
That's danger zone.
And I do it every single time.
Anyway, all that to say that the research that just came out said cancer in the U.S. could remain unacceptably high for decades to come.
Okay, so no cure for that yet. All right, noted.
So keep living your life.
Wow, I'll tell you who is living their life like it's golden. Your friend Jonathan Majors.
Why is he my friend?
I don't know, because he's not mine. I'm kidding. I like Jonathan Majors. To me, okay, this may sound a little controversial.
The biggest mistake he made was dating that white girl.
He did, absolutely. And that's not controversial. That's a fact. But also, too, he did not abuse this girl.
I did not. Yeah,
he did not. I'm saying it. I do not personally believe that this man abused this girl. There ain't no fucking way you abuse somebody and they're chasing after you. If you're abused, you're running away. You're not running to the abuser. Anyway.
My biggest issue is with the PR of it all. I just feel like if you're going to handle shit like that, I can't stand beside you. I can't stand behind you. You know what I mean?
If you're going to do what? Say it again? I blanked out. What?
Do you see what I look?
I'm sorry.
Do you see she was looking dead in my face. I'm sorry. Dead in my face, and was like, I didn't listen to it. I'm saying the way that he handled that whole situation, the PR of it, the Megan Good of it all, which I don't believe for a fucking second.
No, definitely not.
I'm just like, I don't like any of this. You look like a fucking fool. I could have stood behind you.
I wish he just would have came out and just said, fuck that bitch. I ain't hit her. Fuck that hoe. She lying. Like, what's his name? What's the one who showed his penis in the pool? The black guy
who in the pool.
He played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady. Adrian Wilson, was that his name?
Penis in the pool football.
Oh God, he took off his
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. Who the hell is Andrew Wilson? I don't fucking know. Antonio Brown. Anyway, I just feel like he should have just been like, man, fuck this bitch. Because for you to get convicted of hurting her finger, like, come on, that is so dumb. But anyway, I thought so this weekend was the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards, which is a blog site, Hollywood Unlocked, from Jason Lee, right? And so he throws this award ceremony and whatever, and all these celebrities come out and stuff. And so Jonathan Majors actually got the Perseverance Award, but it was presented to him by Ayanna Van Zant.
Jesus.
And so Ayanna Van Zant gets up to say the speech, and she says, as a woman who is a survivor of a domestic violence relationship for 9 years, it is both my honor and privilege to present you with this award. I'm like, Ayanna,
that was not cleared.
That was the most backhanded shit. Then she gave him this long mother hug, like, it's all right, baby. It's all right.
She said, coming from someone who was really abused.
She was like, I'm giving him this award because I was really abused.
I know what abusers look like, and this ain't one.
I just need us to really...
That is the blackest shit I've heard in a long time.
That ain't black. That's not black at all. That's just
specific to Ayanna.
That's Lord Jesus, she bored.
She wants him on the show. That's why
she needs somebody to fix, and it ain't Jonathan Majors. I really want people to leave him alone because he didn't do anything. To me, I don't believe that he did anything wrong. I really don't. He did. Listen, he was wrong for dating that white girl.
Y'all can think whatever you want. I just need one more season of Lovecraft Country, and then we can.
Well, Misha Green is now at Apple, so
it would be if Apple picked up that show. It would be insane.
They need to hurry up if they're gonna do it, because the crowd about to die down in a minute. It's just you and me left.
Leading the chart, protest against nothing, but it's in the streets for fucking Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country.
Well, it's good to get awards.
I mean, the fact is he shouldn't have had to persevere. Like, people are gonna go through stuff in relationships, and I'm not ever gonna say domestic violence is okay, because it's not. However, I will always say this, y'all know I feel like very strongly about this. For women specifically, I don't care what color you are, if you put your hands on a man first, he has the right to knock your head off your neck, because you should not be putting your hands on anybody to get your point across. But if you do hit a man, he has the absolute gall to hit your ass right the fuck back, and you don't get to control how hard, how fast, and how often he hits you.
Just everybody keep their hands to themselves.
I've said that. Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself.
But especially women, stop hitting on men as if men don't have the right to hit you back, because they do.
Right next to that 10 Commandment poster, I need a poster that says, keep your hands
to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. I don't think people are going to listen to that.
You're right. They'll listen to the 10 Commandments.
What were we talking about, Ashanti and Nelly?
Ashanti and Nelly, I know we were all worried, but they are actually officially married.
Allegedly. Per TMZ. Well, they announced their proposal.
Per the tabloids.
Yeah, per the tabloids, they announced their engagement, but somebody went and searched for their marriage license and found out they've been married since December 2023.
How do you do that?
What do you mean?
You can just go and look. I know that it's open records, but you can just go look at court, just type in people's names.
Yeah, you just have to know the county that they're in.
I mean,
let me tell you something. As a person who's had, I'm going to say this very carefully, friends who have
friends,
you've had to be investigators and a PI and a gumshoe for friends. I know how to look up marriage license. That's all I'm saying.
That's such a good.
You know who else knows how to? Probably
who?
Cointa.
Oh, she could look up quite literally anything.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you just have to know the county.
In St. Louis, they legally tied the knot.
Yeah, because it's public record. Mm-hmm. I love that for them. I love that they kept their business quiet.
My shit. Let them be happy. Who cares?
Seriously.
Well, at least their baby is now legitimate.
According to whose standards?
Louisiana's.
How many months is she? Does it say how far along she is in her pregnancy?
Let's see. Listen, if they can tell how long she's been married, they can tell us how long she's been
Here's the thing, though. Ashanti got her ass up on that stage, whatever nights that she got up on there, with a big T-shirt and some Mary J. Blige boots, and was up there rocking and rolling, and denying the whole time that she was pregnant. I love it. Keep your business to yourself, Ashanti. Don't tell nobody shit.
This People magazine article says the court documents revealed that the Body on Me performers. What
song is that?
Body on Me. I just hate that they've been boiled down.
That's not the Ashanti era, I know.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of all the things we could have, that's how I know. It doesn't say, but she looks pregnant for sure.
She looks beautiful.
She does. Her belly is popping.
She looks absolutely beautiful. But she's a small girl.
She has not aged.
No, she hasn't.
Or she looks a little more. She doesn't look older. She just looks a little more mature, maybe. Like, not so young in the face, but not.
Her face just looks fuller.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, she still looks the same. Fat.
Love to see it. Good for them. Good for her. People are so. I guess that's our pop culture, black pop culture couple right now is Ashanti and Nelly.
For millennials,
yeah.
I mean, people are still stuck on like Halle Bailey and DDG. I guess.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Halle Bailey. You know who Halle Bailey is?
I do. I don't know who that guy is.
Well, he's somebody.
It's all these acronym rappers, and I don't know.
That's a Gen Z thing.
Yeah.
That's a Gen Z thing. What anything else you talk about before we get into what we're watching?
No, let's get into it.
What have you been watching this week?
So I watched. There is a documentary, on Hulu, about Sherry Papini, who as we all know is a woman who was kidnapped. Allegedly.
A white woman,
I think in like 2016. She went missing for a couple weeks, and then, wouldn't you know it, popped right back up. And so
the story's diabolical.
Yeah. So it's a Hulu documentary. What is it called? Let me tell you.
Because she allegedly faked her own disappearance.
It's called Perfect Wife. So, yes, she pops back up and it's just nothing makes sense about what she's saying. The best parts are when she is talking about the women who kidnapped her, that they're Mexican, they only spoke Spanish, but she would know what they were saying. And that they played annoying mariachi music the whole time.
That's racist.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Psychopath.
So, of course, she started writing a book and she's just like, it's insane to see the way people think they can get the way white women think they can get away with things.
Thank you for correcting me.
And it usually I don't really care about those kinds of shows because I'm like, okay, yeah, what this? I just couldn't stop watching it. Mm-hmm. So that's The Perfect Wife on Hulu, and then I went to the movies to see The Bike Riders with Austin Butler and Tom Hardy.
Was it good?
I thought it was good. It's got a lot of it's about a bike. It's based on a true story about how a bike gang started in the Midwest, which, like, if you know anything about me, it's that I cannot stand a Midwestern accent, like a strong one. I don't know what it is.
But you like a Texas accent?
Something, I think of someone from like Wisconsin pissed me off one time when I was little or something. I don't know. I just hate that.
Did somebody say, "Get in the car"?
Just, you no, it's not like, oh, don't you know, like that.
Oh, I hate that
one.
Like Bobby's World's mother.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate. So, do you even know Bobby's World?
No. But it just sounds right what you're saying. What's Bobby's World?
Oh my god.
Bobby with an I?
No, Bobby's World's a cartoon. This little kid on a tricycle with his big ass head.
Oh, who the fuck is this?
And you can never see his mother. They never showed his mother's face, but she has a. Oh, don't you know?
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what this is. And okay, you know, a lot of times in a movie when there's violence, like when someone goes to stab someone or when someone gets in a wreck, like right before. What are you looking at?
No, I'm just.
That freaked me.
I'm sorry. I'm stretching my neck. Just kidding. Listen. Don't be afraid.
I'm paranoid that some shit's gonna happen one day. This camera's gonna be rolling and someone's gonna find the footage one day.
The blood of Jesus is against you, Satan. Get thee behind me. You gonna stop talking negative in my house. I'm gonna have to save you before you come here. In my space, absolutely not. You're not leaving no spirits behind in here.
Okay. When crazy shit is about to happen at the movies, right before they get stabbed, something breaks, it like flips the next scene or their face or something.
Yeah.
This movie did not do that.
So it was like a Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, and the whole time I was like, oh my god! Like there were parts in this movie where the entire audience like audibly gasped because like, what the fuck? But I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. My mom was like, I feel like we could have streamed that on Netflix, which like we obviously couldn't have because in the fucking theater, Mom.
Yeah.
But there's something about a white man with a full top lip, and that
these are your people.
Those are my people, and I got to stare at it for 2 hours. So if you like Tom Hardy or Austin Butler or care about biker gangs, if that interests you at all, that was a pretty good movie to watch.
Cool beans.
What have you been watching?
I finished Rebel Moon Part 2. It ended just how I thought it was going to end. Right, it's probably they kind of led it up to be a part 3. These movies are getting so typical. God damn,
I need some new. I want some good new shit. House of the Dragon was pretty good last week.
House of the Dragon,
the Game of Thrones prequel.
Oh yeah. I'm continuing to binge watch Grey's Anatomy and The Equalizer.
These shows are getting too predictable. I'm going to watch Grey's Anatomy for the 29th time.
But it's the storylines for Grey's Anatomy. It's the character development for me. And I grew up with that show. Okay. You know, but I also watched Jessica Alba's new movie on Netflix called Trigger Warning. It was really good. Jessica Alba is just a really good actress. She's a really great actress. You wouldn't
have thought so from her humble beginnings, but she is really
What do you mean? What didn't stand out to you? Honey was amazing. She couldn't dance, but it was an amazing film. It was a great storyline. I mean,
I'm just saying, if you would have seen, like, I watch Honey and I'm not like, oh, we're going to have a career out of this.
What was the girl in Save the Last Dance?
Not Alicia Silverstone. Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles did way better than Jessica Alba. I'm just saying.
Listen, that is a cornerstone of pop culture. It absolutely is. I thought that was my origin story. You could not tell me when I was like 10 years old that my mom was not some white girl in the middle of Chicago dancing in black clubs.
Trying to go to Juilliard.
Yes. I was like, this is me.
Quit it, Nikki. I love that movie.
It's country and you look country in it.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I watched
I do love Jessica Alba though.
She's an amazing actress, but yeah, she was a badass in this movie. That storyline was predictable. We've seen it before. Good God Almighty. You already know how it's gonna end. It's just like, come on, can we stop remaking the same movies over and over again? You know, I did see this discourse about on Twitter, they were talking about Tyler Perry and talking about how his movies are so predictable, and I'm like, it's Tyler Perry, y'all. Like, and you're still going to go and watch them. So why do we keep having this discourse about Quentin Tarantino has the same movies, blood and guts. We all know what we're gonna get when we watch his movies.
They're in their bag.
That's their niche,
and they're doing it. Why? Because you go see it.
And this is why he's a billionaire, because he hasn't changed his formula. So let it be and call it a day. I'm anxious to see A Quiet Place. I'm going to see that this weekend. I'm going to go to the matinee, of course, because I don't want to be around people. But especially with that film just being, I don't think this one is going to be as quiet as the other one, just because it tells the beginning.
It's not as quiet as the other places.
Yeah, exactly, because it's the beginning. But I'm excited to see Lupita Nyong'o in that movie. So, don't pick at her name.
I love her. Is she still dating Joshua Jackson?
We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about it because we're gonna go see A Quiet Place.
I know, but here's my question about. I don't know. Never mind.
Ask a question. We got time.
Like,
it's none of our business.
It's none of our business. It's none of our business. It's none of our business. That man has a type. Beautiful, dark-skinned women.
Yeah, she fell for the okie doke.
I know.
Sometimes we all do. What does Sinclair say? We all play the fool sometimes.
Damn, I would fall for it too, girl.
Not for him. He's not that cute. Anywho.
Did you watch Dawson's Creek? I know. I don't know why I asked. That was stupid.
I watched like the first 2 seasons of it.
That's all you need.
That's it. Yeah, it's the same storyline. Same
storyline.
Because nobody's allowing people to be creative and actually put out stuff that is actually creative. And it's sad. I pray that the Miss Pat show gets a 5th season, because that is a creative show. It's based off her life, true stories off her life and her story and whatnot. And they need to bring back Lovecraft Country.
We're waiting.
Oh, Lord Jesus. But anyway, anything else you need to talk about before we get out of here?
No, let's go on and get.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us for another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Y'all have an amazing week on purpose, and y'all remember to spread love,
spread light,
and don't forget
to laugh your face off. I have a headache.
My computer completely died.
Oh, shit. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.